Gravitational mass and energy. Equivalence of gravitational mass and energy. 2. Light theory that HAMA is not flying. July 27, 2020, 15:30. E equals mgc superscript 2, is often said to mimic Einstein's relativity, so in the derivation process, show the difference from the following most famous formula, E equals mc superscript 2. I think. When a body absorbs or emits energy in any way, its mass also increases or decreases, according to the equation E equals mc superscript 2. In 1905 Einstein published a theory of special relativity, demonstrating that this was derived from basic principles. First of all, from electromagnetics. The index of refraction, refractive index 1, is the value obtained by dividing the speed of light in a vacuum by the speed of light in a substance. More accurately, the phase speed is an index for describing. In some cases, the value specific to a substance with a vacuum of 1 is called the absolute refractive index, and the ratio of the absolute refractive indices of two substances is called the relative refractive index. Where mu and epsilon are the magnetic permeability of the material and the permittivity mu0 and epsilon 0 are the magnetic permeability and permittivity of the vacuum. Here, the symbols and meanings are changed to absolute static reference system and electromagnetism rightward arrow light velocity reference system and electromagnetism according to the following way of thinking. The refractive index, n, is the scale factor, gamma, because the speed of light in a vacuum of a system different from the observer changes depending on the scale. Since the speed of light, v, in a substance is a wave, not a motion, it is changed to a wave velocity, w equals f lambda. Next, from Kaufmann's experiment. Then, in 1901, from effort of Kaufmann's beta ray bending that proved mass increase by kinetic energy, before Einstein's relativity. Me equals mc slash square root, c superscript 2 v superscript 2, equals mc slash w equals gamma m. It is assumed that the motion, v, decreases the wave velocity, w, and the rest mass, m, increases the inertial mass, me, due to the change of the scale, gamma. Asterisk at this point, as with relativistic mass, there is no distinction between increase and decrease in energy and change in scale. Also from Newtonian mechanics. Next, the second cosmic velocity of Newtonian mechanics, escape velocity, v superscript 2 equals 2 gm slash r, is. If we give this object a kinetic energy, 1/2, mv superscript 2 of velocity v2 that cancels out negative potential energy, we will reach infinity, that is, we can escape from the Earth's gravitational sphere. Considering the gravitational potential in equation 1. W superscript 2 equals C superscript 2 gm slash R plus H, plus or minus V superscript 2. 2. The wave velocity, W, takes into consideration the fact that kinetic energy is obtained at an altitude, h, above the ground surface of gravitational potential, or kinetic energy is lost due to friction. Substituting equation 2, cosmologically so that an observer of the light velocity reference system can be placed anywhere, at any time, v superscript 2 equals 2 gm slash r. W superscript 2 equals C superscript 2 plus or minus V superscript 2. 3. Also, the rest mass, m, in equation 1, was replaced by the gravitational mass, mg, which was ambiguous due to electrons in Kaufmann's experiment. Can be distinguished. Asterisk relativity theory cannot be distinguished because the difference between the light velocity, c, and the wave velocity, w, is bounded by the principle of light velocity invariance at the time of equation 1. Gamma equals me slash mg equals c slash w equals c slash square root, c superscript 2 plus or minus v superscript 2. 4. This is the equivalent principle of light, momentum. Finally from quantum theory. Therefore, the concept of momentum density or energy density can be replaced by the concept of momentum and energy of light particles. That is, a photon is a particle with energy E and momentum p, and in between. E equals Cp equals hf, 5. Asterisk here, the frequency, nu, is easily mistaken for the motion velocity, v, so it is set to the frequency, f. From equations 4 and 5, the equivalent equation for gravitational mass and energy is E equals Cp equals Hf equals mgc superscript 2 equals gamma mw superscript 2. 6. It goes without saying that the freedom of expression will be established no matter which energy or momentum of light is expressed. Even in the microscopic world, general relativity, in which the difference between gravitational mass, mg, and inertial mass, m, cannot be completely eliminated from the invariant of light velocity, cannot be solved from the following problems. I know to some extent why it doesn't work. This is related to the fact that the size of a mass-bearing object behaves oppositely in general relativity and quantum mechanics. According to general relativity, the size of black hole is proportional to the mass. On the other hand, according to quantum mechanics, an object behaves like a wave, and its wavelength is inversely proportional to the mass of that object. In other words, the length, which is a measure of the size of an object, is proportional to the mass in gravity and inversely proportional to the mass in quantum theory, which is completely opposite. This is what we think about gravity and quantum theory together. Is a difficult cause. If you like this article, why not support it? Feel free to support the creators and recommend articles.